SF Used Books, an app by the so-called engineers. Overview. SF Used Books is an iOS application for SFU students to buy and sell used books with the option of using the bookstore as a drop-off and pick-up location. The benefit of this is an increase in transaction security and personal safety. This is because SF Used Books is only accessible by current owners of an SFU email. Thus, app users know for sure that they are conducting trade with legitimate parties, therefore increasing security. Furthermore, if they choose to trade using the bookstore as middleman, neither party need meet each other, thus increasing personal safety. Interesting features. Real-time chatting. Buyers and sellers may hold conversations using the app's built-in messaging system to discuss details of the trade. For example, they may decide whether to meet in person, as is conventional, or to utilize the bookstore as middleman. They may also bargain for the book price and discuss the book's quality. QR generator and scanner. A unique QR code is generated for the buyer when conducting trade through bookstore. The code is scanned by the bookstore clerks when the buyer goes to pick up their book. This serves as a method of authorizing purchase and tracking books coming in and out of the bookstore. Data search. App users search for books to buy from other users. Filters are available to make the search more effective and easy. Also, when users create posts to sell their books, they have the option of manually filling out the fields. But if their book is for a course being taught in the current semester and is the most recent edition, they have the option of searching for that course and automatically filling in the fields instead. These are two examples of data search in the app. Why download SF Used Books? Well, for starters, better security and safety, as we already went over in the overview. Furthermore, platform unification. Currently, students must browse through various different isolated sources, such as Facebook groups, to find used books. SF Used Books addresses this issue by offering a single, official, unified platform for book trading within SFU. Accessibility. SF Used Books is an iOS application, therefore it is mobile. That means it can be used by students while in transit. For example, a student chooses to conduct trade in person and meet with the other student at a local SkyTrain station. Instead of sharing cell numbers, therefore decreasing personal safety, they can instead continue their communication using the app's internal messaging system. Ease of use. SF Used Books has a relatively friendly user interface. It is not bloated with unnecessary functionality, and it is consistent in its quality. No ads. That's always a plus. Testing. Xcode was used for simulation testing, Firebase for database integration testing, and an iPhone 5S for hardware testing. In simulation testing, we could test all functionalities except for the camera and QR scanner. Luckily, hardware testing covered that. Thus, our rigorous manual, hardware, and database integration testing ensured our system was error-free. Bugs and undeliverables. Known bugs. We have none. Undeliverables. PayPal integration. We ran into bugs seemingly inconsistent in their nature when integrating PayPal. Basically, the app would run fine for some while, then later, after no changes, fail to build. We unfortunately ran out of time and could not properly debug the PayPal module, thus it being an undeliverable. Email verification. Firebase doesn't support verification, so we tried integrating other APIs. Unfortunately, none we found supported Swift. Thus, email verification was being an undeliverable. Report and blocking system. Implementing this system would require implementing controllers, changes to the database, and keeping everything concurrent. We unfortunately ran out of time to implement all these changes, thus the report and blocking system being undeliverable. Feedback. Group members and friends were the only ones to test the system. The good was that they liked the concept, they liked the structure, and they liked the functionality the app offers. The bad was the user interface. It could have been a little more user-friendly, a little more straightforward, and the layout a little more aesthetic. Postmortem Analysis. Best project management techniques. Good communication, project-defining document, managed the work plan and monitored the schedule, identified risks. Good communication was key in order to get everyone a task assigned and to ensure that we knew where everyone was at the time of in terms of their going along with the tasks. Project-defining document was important in understanding what we had to do, what needed to be done, when it needed to be done. Managing the work plan and monitoring the schedule kind of tie that in with good communication, and identifying risks and understanding that events may happen that are outside of our control, or events that may happen that were entirely unexpected, and how to deal with them and how to manage with them. One example for a risk that we dealt with, and I'll explain a little later, is not having a hardware device to test on. Worst project management techniques. Sudden changes in scope. Trying to meet unrealistic expectations. We had a few issues with what exactly our app was planning to do. Our scope, was it only for SFU students? Would it be for our target audience, all students? Are we aiming this at only a single bookstore, all three of them? Changes such as these affected our time management, our project management techniques, as well as unrealistic expectations. We had some other features we wanted to add in, such as avatar creation. That was very unrealistic, and we took that out in iteration 1, I believe. Major technical problems encountered. Learning how to code. Basically, we didn't know how to code Swift. Trying to figure out hardware testing. As it took us 3 iterations to find a device to test on. Major human problems encountered. Meeting up at scheduled times. Failure to finish given tasks on time. What would we do differently? We had too many features, thus we'd cut them down and make more realistic expectations. Also, we would better our time management to finish given tasks on time. And now, we will move on to the system demonstration. Normally I'd have questions, but I think we can skip that. Thank you for watching.